Emotional spending is one of the most common reasons people struggle with money, yet it is rarely talked about honestly. Most people believe they overspend because they lack financial knowledge or self-control, but the real reason is often emotional. Stress, boredom, sadness, excitement, and even success can quietly push us to spend money we never planned to spend. We do not buy things because we need them. We buy them because of how we feel in that moment. The problem with emotional spending is not the purchase itself, it's the pattern it creates. A temporary emotional relief followed by guilt, regret, and financial pressure. Over time, this cycle damages not only your bank account, but also your confidence and your sense of control over your life. You start feeling like money controls you instead of the other way around. If you truly want to improve your financial situation, you must first understand your emotional relationship with money. In this video, we will break down 5 powerful and practical ways to stop emotional spending. These are not extreme budgeting tricks or unrealistic rules. These are mindset shifts and daily habits that help you regain control, build awareness, and create long-term financial stability. Way 1. Identify the emotions behind your spending. You cannot control what you do not understand. The first step to stopping emotional spending is recognizing what emotions trigger it. For some people, it's stress after a long day. For others, it's boredom, loneliness, or the need to reward themselves. Every time you feel the urge to spend money impulsively, pause and ask yourself what emotion you are trying to escape or satisfy. By identifying these emotional triggers, you separate the feeling from the action. You begin to realize that the urge to spend is not a financial problem, but an emotional signal. Once you understand the pattern, you can address the emotion directly instead of using money as a temporary solution. Way 2. Create a pause between urge and action. Emotional spending thrives on speed. The faster you act, the less time your rational mind has to intervene. Creating a pause between the urge to buy and the actual purchase is one of the most effective ways to break the habit. This pause can be as simple as waiting 24 hours before buying anything that is not essential. During this pause, emotions often settle and clarity returns. What felt urgent in the moment usually feels unnecessary later. This delay trains your brain to stop reacting impulsively and start making intentional decisions. Over time, this single habit can save you a significant amount of money and reduce regret. Way 3. Replace spending with healthier coping mechanisms. If spending is how you currently cope with emotions, removing it without replacement will not work. You need alternative ways to deal with stress, boredom, or sadness. This could be exercise, journaling, listening to music, talking to someone you trust, or engaging in a hobby that does not involve spending money. The goal is not to suppress emotions, but to process them in a healthier way. When you replace emotional spending with positive coping habits, you break the association between feeling bad and spending money. Over time, your brain learns that relief does not require a purchase. Way 4. Assign every dollar a purpose. When money has no clear direction, emotions take control. Having a simple budget or spending plan gives your money a purpose before emotions get involved. When you know where your money is supposed to go, it becomes easier to say no to impulse purchases because they directly conflict with your goals. This does not mean removing all enjoyment from your life. It means intentionally allocating money for savings, necessities, and even guilt-free fun. When spending is planned, it no longer feels like emotional escape, but a conscious choice aligned with your values. Way 5. Connect your spending to your long-term goals. Emotional spending focuses on short-term relief, while financial success depends on long-term thinking. When you clearly define what you want your money to achieve, every spending decision becomes a choice between temporary comfort and lasting progress. Whether your goal is financial freedom, debt-free living, or peace of mind, keeping that vision clear changes how you spend. Regularly reminding yourself of your goals strengthens your ability to resist emotional impulses. You start asking better questions, such as whether this purchase moves you closer to the life you want or further away from it. This mindset shift turns discipline into purpose rather than restriction. Conclusion: stopping emotional spending is not about perfection. It is about awareness, patience, and practice. You will still feel emotions, and you may still slip occasionally. What matters is that you are no longer unconscious of the pattern. Each time you pause, reflect, and choose differently, you take back control over your money and your decisions. Money is a tool, not a therapist. It cannot solve emotional problems, but it can amplify peace when used wisely. When you stop using spending as an emotional escape, you create space for real financial growth and emotional strength. Over time, this leads to confidence, stability, and a healthier relationship with money. Remember, the goal is not to stop spending altogether. The goal is to stop letting emotions decide for you. When your spending aligns with your values instead of your moods, your financial future becomes clearer, stronger, and far more secure.